Chiefs or die. Welcome to Shaggyshane's Kansas City Chiefs 2020. The first time in 3 years that your Kansas City Chiefs had a #1 draft pick. The first time since 2017 when your Kansas City Chiefs traded up 17 spots. That magical 17 spots in 2017. To get the best quarterback in the National Football League. Haha, yes, baby. Just like I said before that draft, just like I said during that draft, and just like I said afterwards. 17 spots. 17 spots, baby. For Magic from 27 to 10. What an exciting time to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan, baby. Let's get right to it. In the first round, your Kansas City Chiefs. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. They kind of shocked the world. Let me tell you. Because a lot of mock drafts, baby. A lot of mock drafts, Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, man, all the experts said Zach Bond. He went 75th. Myself, I said Trayvon Diggs, cornerback Alabama. What did he go, 52 to Dallas? And all the other prognosticators and experts and whatnot didn't have this running back that the Chiefs took in the first round. The Kansas City Chiefs did their due diligence. The Kansas City Chiefs do not listen to us. Unless they're listening to Shaggyshane 3 years ago before the draft, say you need to draft Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech. For the most part, they don't listen to us, okay? And they did their due diligence, and we are going to trust Brett Veach in this pick. And when the draft happened, when the first round pick happened last night, as soon as it happened, I went, oh, man, I'll give this draft pick a C. I'll see what happens. But once you did more homework on it, and once you saw how much he meant to this team, and once you saw the comparisons to Bryant Westbrook, Andy Reid said he's better than Bryant Westbrook, and when you find out that Brett Veach and Patrick Mahomes peeped out this pick, Brett Veach said, after the pick, he said he talked to Patrick and Brett were on the same page for drafting Clyde Edwards Helaire. And I tell you what, when Patrick Mahomes wants to make the pick, you make the damn pick, baby. You don't screw around. You make the pick. And in spite of what everybody's mock draft said, the Kansas City Chiefs took the kid. You know, I've had a couple people say to me, hey, Shaggy, you know, I love Patrick Mahomes being the best quarterback in the NFL, but I'm concerned about him making the draft pick. Dude, Patrick Mahomes is the man. I know Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes together are probably going to be the greatest tandem of head coach and quarterback in NFL history. But I'm going to trust Patrick Mahomes. He knows what works in this offense. Now, I see a lot of people saying a lot of things about Clyde. They're saying, oh, man, he's going to come in and he's going to be at least the #1 or the #2 running back. Ladies and gentlemen, he just came out of college after his junior year. He forgo his senior year to enter the draft. He just turned 21 2 weeks ago. He just turned 21 2 weeks ago. Do you remember where you were when you were 21 2 as soon as you turn 21, I tell you what, I know where I was when I was 21. And to have Clyde come in and shoulder the responsibility of being the starter, that's a bit excessive. This job, the starting position going into 2020 with the Kansas City Chiefs running back is going to be Damian Williams. He deserves it, and he's earned it. He came this close to being the MVP of the Super Bowl, so Damian Williams is going to be your starter. But don't get me wrong, once Clyde gets his feet under him, once he learns a lot of the nuances, once he learns the game plan and whatnot, he's going to be a badass. There's just no doubt about it. He's going to be a badass. And there's a lot of good things expected for this kid. He's the more highlights I see of this kid, he just looks even better. You know, sometimes, you know, when you look for information on college kids, you look up and you see, yeah, they're going against other college kids are probably not going to be in the NFL. But when you see Clyde's film, man, it's impressive. Props to Brett Veach, props to Andy Reid, and props to Patrick for saying, I want this guy at 32. Now, let's get to tonight's second-round draft pick. Willie Gay Jr. out of Mississippi State. Here's where we got some concern. He's got a lot of raw athletic ability. Again, another junior who decided to forego his senior year and enter the draft, which was risky in his situation because he was suspended the last 8 games of the season for fighting a teammate. And it's reported that he was fighting his quarterback. Now, I don't think Willie Gay is going to come to Kansas City and start fighting Patrick because the team would kick his ass, and so would all the fans of his Chiefs. So let's hope Willie Gay Jr. can come to Kansas City with a good head on his shoulders, thanking God that the Chiefs drafted him in the second round so he gets a second chance. But again, he's going to be raw. He missed his final 8 games of his junior year before entering the National Football League. He's going to be raw. I can't stress that enough. When you think raw, think of Willie Gay. And when you think of Willie Gay, you think raw. So he's going to probably run up and down the field on special teams till he gets his feet under him. The last time the Chiefs took a player of this character was Marcus Peters, number 1 overall in the 2015 draft. He was kicked off the team last year with the Washington Huskies for punching his head coach in the face. But John Dorsey and Andy Reid still took a shot on Marcus Peters. And Marcus Peters came into the league and played his ass off. And it was a good cornerback. Yeah, he pissed off. He couldn't get along with Bob Sutton. He always wanted to beat up Bob Sutton when we gave up a lot of passing yards. And I don't blame him for it. I can understand the frustration. But when you're dealing with the firecracker like Marcus Peters, you got to have a better locker room. Well, Marcus Peters is gone. Bob Sutton's gone. The caliber of this team, the core of this team, should bring in Willie Gay and should mentor him. The Chiefs linebackers coach, Matt House, got a lot of love for him because Matt House knows the coaches of Mississippi State, and they were saying, oh, you're going to love Willie Gay. Give Willie Gay a chance. Give Willie Gay a chance to come to Kansas City and play for you. You got a good locker room. Bob Sutton's gone. Willie Gay shouldn't have to beat his ass. So you got a good nucleus. Steve Spagnuolo is a good leader of men. You can ask Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck, Frank Clark, Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, Spagnuolo will be able to keep the kid in line. Let's hope. I think he'll be fine. I think he will. I know people are kind of scary about that. You know, you take a junior that missed his final 8 games of the season because he got in a fight with his quarterback. It's always a concern. In the 3rd round, the Chiefs took Lucas Nwang, offensive tackle out of TCU. He's a big body. He's 6'6", 315 pounds. He's quick in space. He's a mauler. He can get after it to the second level. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, he's raw too. He's not going to be coming in beating out Eric Fisher just yet. Let him sit on the practice squad. Let him sit and learn the offense and see what happens. And see how he develops this summer in camp. But, again, he's not as raw as Willie Gay, but he's still raw because he played for TCU, and we still have Eric Fisher and Schwartz to take care of the tackles on the left and the right side. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, I give this draft a solid B. I say only B because Willie Gay and Wang are raw. The B really comes from Clyde Edwards, hilarious, because Clyde's gonna be a beast. The only reason I also give it a B is, in my opinion, I feel the Chiefs could have traded from 32. The Chiefs, hear me out. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it because I like Clyde. I'm not knocking it, so hear me out. I think the Chiefs could have traded back into the second round, maybe 8 or 10 spots to pick up Clyde. And you could have probably picked up maybe an extra third-round draft pick that you could have used on a tackle. Or I just feel the Chiefs could have traded back maybe 8 or 10 spots into the second round and picked up some draft stock to pick up Clyde. But he's the man they want. He's the man Patrick wants. He's the man Patrick wants 2 hours before the draft started. And when you see what Patrick Mahomes has done and Brett Veach has done and what Andy Reid has done, I'm going to give the Kansas City Chiefs the benefit of the doubt. The Chiefs did not trade Chris Jones like I thought they could have. I know 2 weeks ago I sat right here and said they're not going to trade Chris Jones. But I started thinking more along the lines like maybe they could. But since 2 weeks ago I said they wouldn't, he's going to have to play under that franchise tag. He's going to have to come to training camp whenever training camp starts. That's a whole nother episode. But be happy for these picks. Be happy for these guys. I mean, when you're drafting 32, that means you're a world champ. And I'm stoked, baby. This is an exciting time to be Kansas City Chiefs fan. Your Chiefs got 3 really good players. The first round draft pick is going to be a badass. But let's remember, Clyde just turned 21 2 weeks ago, April 11th. April 11th, Clyde was able to go to the store 2 weeks ago and buy some Bios. I don't know how much Bios he bought when he was just turned 21, since everybody's staying inside for the coronavirus. But let's hope that he got to buy a 6-pack. He went to a Catholic school, so hopefully he said a good act of contrition before he went to bed and turned 21 the next day. But anyway, folks, the Chiefs got a good draft. They got a good team. I will be back here later on if the Chiefs make any more moves. If the Chiefs do anything of any significance tomorrow, I'll be back for another show. But if not, I will be back here May 9th for your schedule release. And we will see who the Kansas City Chiefs draft, or who the Kansas City Chiefs schedule is. Schedule looks sexy, baby. The Chiefs got to go to Tampa. I plan on going to Tampa and seeing the Chiefs play in Tampa against Tom Brady. I want to go. Hopefully I'll get to buy tickets. Hopefully it's not quarantined in Raymond James Stadiums playing to an empty crowd. And I can't go to Tampa. Yes, of course I'll be at Arrowhead. But I want to go to Tampa and see the Chiefs play the Bucs against Tom Brady and the Gronk. All right. I love you guys. See you in 2 weeks when we do the season schedule show. Until then, this is Shaggyshane saying, go Chiefs!